Hi, I'm Peter.
My name is Alex.
So my name is Sergio.
Well, I'm John.
That is the cool part about music these days, because it's for everybody. All right, hi guys, and welcome to Untune podcast, episode number 3. Who is with me today?
Peter K.A.
King John.
King John. My name is Sergio, or Calimano, or Black Chaplain. I don't even know, but I will be doing some of the talk today. And basically, I'm sorry, let's just start over. How you feeling today, King John?
It's good. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Peter?
Yeah, I'm good. Stressful week.
Yeah, it's been, but let's just have a moment and sit down and have a good talk about just music.
Yeah, we've been having so many things to prepare. So last week didn't have an episode.
Yeah, sorry for that, guys.
Yeah,
but episode number 3 will come out
as this one.
Yeah, as this
just
one.
Delayed it.
Yeah. And hopefully it will be a great one. And as I said, just general talk about music and what we really like. For this episode, I thought about maybe taking the perspective of an artist more than in a group, because you guys gonna see or understand what I mean. So basically, I wanted to talk with you about how to get into music in 2019. Because the most common question that I get when I'm out on a gig or when I'm out just talking with fellow musicians is basically, how do I get my music on Spotify? How do I record my music? Blah, blah, blah. Do you have any techniques for that? So I thought that you guys could just educate me in some of the stuff that you are thinking about as producers. Is that cool?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So, well, I thought about, maybe just start here, how to approach a producer with your music. Like if I have like 4 songs that I've been written when I sat by my piano and I've done some lyrics, blah, blah, but I don't know how to record it. How is the best way to pull up to a producer and to get a good thing going? Peter, you have any tips?
Yeah, there's so many different ways.
Of course,
it's a lot about how you want to be pursued.
Yeah.
Or what kind of engagement? Like if you want to have a collaborative work, if you want to find a steady, a steady producer or producer group, or for a continuous workflow.
Yeah.
Or if you just you want to jump around between.
Let's just say I have my 4 songs and I want produced in a good way.
Yeah. You just want to have a steady production.
Yeah.
Then I would say first of all, try to find the right producer.
Yeah.
A producer that understands your point of view, your vision, and build a steady relationship. That's the first key, because if the producer is not going to understand what your vision is, then it's not going to be as you want it, and it's not going to be that. The workflow is going to be a lot of hiccups and a lot of unnecessary talking. Unnecessary talks through about. Of course, talking is a lot of that's really important, because you need to understand each other and you need to evaluate every decision. Because as a producer, you should let him be creative too.
Yeah, of course.
If he's the right producer or she's the right producer, then the creative flow has to be open.
Yeah.
Because it's the final production is most of the time not about the vision. It's about the journey there.
Yeah.
So meeting there is very important.
I had thought about something you said. I mean, to let the producer be creative, of course, that is really, really important. John, would you prefer if I came to you with somewhat of a beat, maybe, half produced or something, or do you want to start on scratch?
Well, it's always good when an artist got their sound figured out.
Yeah.
It's a lot less work. It's a lot less trying different things. Then you already have got something to go on, and then you can showcase that to the producer. They can do their version of it.
Yeah.
And then you're in progress.
Yeah.
So that's the best way, and you can do that in many different ways. You can contact us or whoever on social medias, email, rather not call people or text people, because a lot of people got a busy life. So
yeah, of course.
It's much better so they can do that on their working time.
Yeah.
So it's not in between something.
But that is something kind of cool these days. I feel like, I mean, back in the days when LPs and you had vinyls, I mean, then the cool thing or part of the thing with buying a vinyl was to see, you know, you could turn the back over and then you had like every musician and every producer that has been on the track, your favorite track. I mean, you're talking Michael Jackson, blah, 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 Thriller. You could actually look up who played the guitar. I mean, I feel like 10 years ago, people tend to care less about producers, but we are coming back to that reality now. I mean, many producers are actually portraying themselves as much as the artists are doing. So I guess it's kind of cool to, you know, reach out to somebody on social media, because there a lot of work is happening through, you know, through social media.
Yeah, first connection should be through like the DM.
Yeah.
That's like you can see what the producer do. Like on Instagram, you have the constant flow.
Yeah.
That's a good way. That's a good in point first.
Yeah.
But then don't be like heckling. Don't be overexcited about
No, of
it. Like
course.
don't push like 50 messages in a week or something. Like you can hit up like once in a while if the person replies, but maybe not just.
But if it's your favorite producer,
yeah, then you're gonna burn that contact.
all right, yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, and I guess that's an important lesson to learn, that people are working with music. It's their passion, but they're not necessarily open to, you know, everyone at every time. You gotta choose the right time to, you know, holler at somebody. All right, so Peter, one thing that you can't be without in the studio. I mean, we are in the studio right now, but what is one thing that you can't be without?
The computer and a good set of headphones. Like, yeah, that would be the necessary baseline to start producing. Then you can go with like sound card and the speaker system. But if you have the gear but you don't know how to use it or calibrate it, then don't invest in that.
Yeah. So a good set of headphones and the computer to actually manage your music program or your DAW.
Yeah.
As it's called, DAW. What's it stand for?
Digital Audio Workstation.
Yeah. Are there any do's or don'ts? We already talked about some do's when it comes to approaching a producer. Actually, we talked about a little bit about don'ts as well. Maybe not heckling the guy or the girl that you want to produce your record, but you got anything else? When it comes to maybe say it like this, you guys are having a relationship, or you establish the first contact and you're meeting at the studio. Is there any do's and don'ts in that kind of situation, you think?
I don't know, really.
Reference tracks. Sorry.
No, you talk about reference tracks.
Knowing what you're like, having something to go on, like be prepared with like reference tracks. Or like anything, any input for the producer. Yeah, that can make it easy for the communication.
Yeah, inputs, but don't try to micromanage what the producer is doing, because it's all a process. You make your stuff and the producer makes his or her stuff.
Yeah.
So that's really important. And you also need to be able to collaborate on a very even keel, you could say. Just that you don't get that negative vibe in the studio.
Of course.
Speak the same language. What you're trying to make. So that's really important.
I mean, for a lot of people, I mean, music, we love music, and I guess there's need to be some trust involved, that the producer does whatever he or she can to make the production the best, and also that you put the effort in to make it sound the best. So I guess trust and, you know, knowing the process and speaking the same language, that is key. I'm thinking about today, since a lot is revolving around hype these days. I mean, I could basically have a song out this week and it pops up in a meme or something, and then it blows up, skyrockets. I mean, this much listening, blah blah, in like a week or so. Then again, as I did, I studied like music for 4 years, and I'm thinking a little bit about the conception of who is an artist and who is not. Do you have any thoughts about it? Because that's an ongoing debate, I feel, these days. I mean, this person here has done less than this person here, so this is a musician, truly a musician or an artist, and this is just hype over Instagram. What do you think?
Difficult thing to say about, you know, who's an artist and who's not. If you make something creative, then you make art, right? So whether it's painting or it's making music or you know, whatever, you're making an art form. And even if it's old or new, it doesn't really matter. Of course, you talk about the hype of Instagram and stuff like that, and you know, some tracks takes days, weeks to produce, and some tracks can take a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I know, like Wiz Khalifa, he wrote the Black and Yellow song in like 15 minutes.
And it's a smash
15 minutes. And
yeah.
It got him so big in the industry. It's like his main song for so many years. Still is. So it's about to find what the people want. It's important, even if it doesn't, you know, get any sales or anything like that. It's still art, you know. I don't remember where I heard it from, but I remember someone saying that the tracks that you work on that doesn't become hits, you worked exactly as much on them as you've done on the hits.
Yeah.
So
probably.
If you put your heart in it, then it doesn't really matter, because you're still you. You have to make what you want to make, and so on. So that's important.
Yeah, cool.
The tracks between the hits are also like they're part of the workflow to get to the hits. You know, every failure is a lesson to get to the next part.
Of course,
and it doesn't mean that they're not less important. Like they fill out an album, they're gonna make a listening. Like you don't always want to listen to the hits. You know,
of course,
you want to have something in the background. You want to have, So those are also important, even if it's not aimed to be the hits or whatever. Sorry, but
yeah, cool.
One thing I think about, like, when it comes to like being prepared, I was thought about that when talking about the Instagram and like social medias. Like, be prepared with social medias. Like, if you have a good social media appearance, like today, like it's really important to have your
persona or
PR. If you have that ongoing, if you like starting to build a following, like a base or whatever, it doesn't mean you have to have a good, like you have to have a lot of followers or so on. Like if you have a good content flow or whatever, it's gonna show. It's gonna show your ambition. It's gonna show your passion, and it's gonna be more motivating for a producer to take part of you.
Yeah, of course. I guess 2019, everybody are their own PR personalities. Basically, you don't, or you could have a crew doing that for you, but you need to be kind of out there, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you remember the girl? I can't remember the phrase. Or catch me outside. How about that?
Oh yeah,
you remember?
Oh yeah.
Basically 14 years old. Said that, became a meme, became blah, blah, blah. She became this big overnight, basically. she has her songs produced. Because then again, I learned afterwards that she makes music. And I didn't know. I thought it was just a catchphrase, a meme kind of thing. But she makes music. She gets all her stuff produced. I have friends. I mean, you guys who produce is all your own stuff. Is there any like value in who's more of an artist there? I mean, if you are getting your records produced or if you're doing everything by yourself?
No, like John says, like all art form is art form.
Yeah.
Like how you get to the the goal or to the vision or whatever you want to call it. Like if you don't even have a vision, you could just sit down and I'm gonna do something, and it ends up being something, and then you're home, you know. But I think in that like she said something on television and it became a viral meme.
Yeah.
You can't choose to be a meme. You can't work to become a meme.
No.
Like that's something that happens. That's the only thing. So you can't be prepared to be that. What you can be prepared on is like what you're gonna do with the fame when you get it.
Yeah, of course.
Because we're on the verge of becoming like everybody can be famous for 15 minutes each. Like what you're gonna do with your 15 minutes and what you're gonna do with the 15 minutes. Like what you're gonna do with the fame afterwards. What you're gonna do with your earnings.
Yeah.
And that was really counts. So like investments or like investing in yourself and build a new like career on it or whatever.
Yeah, cool. I mean, basically, I think we all agree on that you are, if you want to call yourself an artist, or if you're contributing in some way to any art form, then basically you're an artist, right? Because I know a lot of maybe the expression musician is the weird thing about, or most artist friends of mine that are singing perfectly. I got somebody playing the guitar perfectly, but they can't read notes. Then they're feeling less like musicians. But I mean, these days, a musician, a producer, blah, 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 could be, I mean, basically somebody just sitting at home, putting like 4 keys together and it sounds good. I mean, I feel like him or her might not be a studio musician, but you know, then again, you're an artist, producer, or some kind of something. So I was thinking about, I have some music colleagues or artist friends that are maybe not into, you know, having a great music career, or they maybe not even want to put their music on like social media, or not social media, I mean Spotify and that kind of stuff, but they still want people to listen. Is there any middle ground where you can just, you know, you can get some people to listen to your music without, you know, needing it to be like great music career?
Yeah. First, you got these you got free services like YouTube, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and like there are a variety of them. We can you can upload for free, and then you can post links. Like you can spread them there. They're good big communities. Yeah. Where like I've always seen love there. Like people share each other's stuff, and people start to promote each other. A lot of big careers actually start from like SoundCloud or YouTube. Yeah. So yeah.
Didn't like Justin Bieber? Didn't he start off on YouTube?
Yeah. He started with YouTube, and then Brown found him there, and Brown.
Ludacris, I think.
Scott, his manager.
But I thought Ludacris actually found him, and that's why they made the first song, "Baby."
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But I heard the manager.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of like Marshmello. He blew up from SoundCloud. Like,
cool.
He just started doing there. Met his manager.
That's kind of cool.
Like now he's one of the richest. Like one of the biggest.
Yeah. I think that's kind of cool because he is a great example of a producer that has made it big, like and also Kygo or Hugo. He made his remixes on SoundCloud first, and then they ended up big, and now he's a great producer.
A lot of producers start there. But also, like, if you want to get on, like, SoundCloud and on Spotify and so on, like, in today you have instead of going for a label where you can sign, you can go through like an aggregator.
Yeah.
It works the same way more or less, but you don't have the service of being signed or like working with the PR or whatever. That way you can go through an aggregator to get your music out there. There's a lot of them. Like that's a service that's blowing up right now. Like they're getting really big.
Yeah.
We actually have one working here.
Yeah.
The GRIC recordings label that's working as aggregator right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But then again, I mean, if you have your social media followings or you're good on social media, then and actually people listen to your music, then you probably will benefit of staying independent, maybe in today's society as a musician.
It depends.
Yeah.
It really depends. Like, we actually are going with like the EU directives. That's changing so much for the composers and for the producers, for songwriters, to actually being able to have like the the law on their side when it comes to like the big questions.
Yeah.
So it's starting to be beneficial to be like it is beneficial to be independent artist, but also being signed. Like you got backup when you're working with a label now.
Of course.
So and like aggregator work like that. Aggregators, they work like you a lot of them do. When you get to a certain point of like how many listeners you have per month or something, they get interested and they start supporting you, and you get signed as a record deal.
Yeah,
that's a lot of work like that.
All right, cool. But that could be a first way for somebody who is not maybe willing or maybe willing to take the step of, reach out to big like labels and stuff. Maybe you can get on one of these aggregators and you could potentially get signed along the way. So that's a great way. And also I think what we're doing here, I mean, Untune, as you said, as you guys are producers, me, myself as well, but you could always reach out on social media. Peter, when I'm on social media, what's your social media? Like on Instagram, what's your name?
Peter K official.
King John _official.
And me, I am Carl Jonas Sergio. So basically my full name. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Because people, as you said, I mean, people can just reach out and see if we are available to produce stuff, and and always free to ask anything about the podcast and anything about what we are doing here.
On most social medias, we also have the Untune.music.
Yeah.
That's a group's social media. Yeah. So you can go there and DM also about
certain questions. Yeah, of course. Do we have any tips on maybe any general tips on just, when you're a starting musician, on maybe getting your music out there, maybe, start getting a song from start to finish? I mean, any general tips?
Well, if you're gonna make a track, make sure that you have everything that you need, like every instrument, every drum beat, everything is finished. And if you're not able to record or stuff like that you don't have that instrument, make sure to make a text file so you can put that out to the producer so they can check on it, so it gets where you want it.
Yeah. I guess that's good. And hopefully you'll find a right producer to produce your track, or just to help you with like mix or something. Maybe, I mean, I have some friends, or actually I would consider myself in that position a lot of the times, where I produce something and I know that it could be of higher quality. I mean, I need someone to check the mix. Maybe it's not that I need somebody to produce it, but how is there any right way when you have like maybe a quite finished product, but you need just checking on the mix or the master? I mean, who do you turn to?
Myself, I'm a mix engineer, so
yeah, I know. I turn to you.
Yeah, most do. But like, who I turn to with that, like I turn to the people who actually taught me most of the time. Yeah. And usually it's not about like, if you hear everything that's needed or whatever, it's about what you don't hear, like if what you don't know, because you never finish with learning. You can always learn more.
Right.
So yeah, it's always like just get new ears on it and listen to your new productions in when you're in different modes, you know.
Yeah.
Even when you're sad, you should listen to a happy song. When you're happy, you listen to a sad song, because you're gonna feel like if it speaks to you in a different way.
Yeah.
Because it's always your personal, like, yeah, the environment and your mode is always gonna talk to you through your music, what you're writing or what you're producing.
All right, cool. I got one tips. I know maybe we all been talking about it, but I love to, when I almost have a finished song, I love to have it, you know, just in background when I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Because then I'm going to notice, you know, certain things that I'm not noticing when I'm sitting, you know, looking at the beats per minute, or when I'm looking at everything. Sometimes, you know, your mind is on other stuff. I'm cleaning the dishes, but then again, I hear that one snare drum that is really far in the back. But yeah, it pops up.
Yeah, I like doing that with I kind of the same thing. I put tracks into my Spotify, the local playlists, like taken from the local playlist, put it into
cool.
playlist with other tracks, and just let it scroll through. And it's gonna pop up sometimes. And if I notice that it's like that, like, yeah, okay, that's my song. If I notice it, then I should check on it more. Yeah. Or else it's gonna be fluent in like general mix of other tracks.
Let's end on that tips. I really like that. Yo, guys, go follow on Instagram, go follow us, and go follow Untune.music, and make sure to check out the YouTube channel as well. And hopefully this has been a learning process or a learning kind of episode for you beginners, or maybe not beginners, or just your general musician lovers or music people. I don't really know.
Musician lovers.
Music lovers. Yeah, if you love
music lovers. And
music lovers.
Yeah. The musician lovers. We like that too. All right.
Yeah, guys. We do. King, John, Peter. This has been episode number 3. Stay tuned, guys.